And we are just getting off to a great start. We are going to be doing a live stream tonight, both via Twitter. Both we're going to restart this because we forgot to take our mic off our phone here for Twitter. As we're streaming live into Twitter, we are also streaming live both into YouTube, Twitch right now, as well as hosting our Twitter space. So if we're looking over here, we are looking at our phone at our Twitter space. We're looking at the live feed down here on another phone to make sure that we are doing this all right. So it is an interesting way to start the day. We are really looking forward to you being part of today. So one of those things we got going on is you know um, a lot of stuff going on within Pulse Chain, and a lot of stuff within both Polygon as the Utes get ready to move into Polygon, and so um, really going to work to um, have some fun with this. Um, um, and so um, one of the things that we're going to be going over is first we're going to go over Pulse Chain V3 and what that test net looks like, so that you have a bit of a handle on it and you know what that looks like. And so for those that are listening in, let me know if whether or not you can hear things both within the stream and you know um, just overall how that's going. Um, so really excited for this, um, to sort of bring you this new way of doing TacoBytes. Not sure how often we're going to be able to do it this way, but this is something that we've really been wanting to bring up, um, and be able to provide a little extra step for everyone. Um, so yeah, no, that's one of the big things that we're really looking forward to. And so we're going to sort of deep dive right into it real quick. We're going to have hopefully we don't have the infinity screen. Um, um, and so we're going to walk through this as um, we get to see the entire screen. And we might share some audio with this as well. So if you end up having, we do have that. All right. We do have that infinity piece. But this is where we're going to be starting off today. We're going to be starting off with Pulse Chain, and showing off how that looks. How I'm going to be showing you how to get to a lot of these sites today is via Twitter. As just that's usually the easiest way to do things. You can really, if you're already following it, you can see what's going on, and the links for it are right there. Pulse does have a ton of information within Pulse, or their Telegram groups and their chains. One of the things you can always do to double check websites, making sure that the links are what the links are, hovering over. But we know where we're sort of going with this, and so we're going to go directly into pulse chain today, and we're going to showcase what that looks like. And this is going to bring us directly to um, the bridge and the faucet that there is for V3. And so one of the things that we do have to do, and we always want people to remember to be careful. Is sharing passwords. So we do want you to be careful of that piece. And we want you to know what's going on too within all of that. And so I think we might have been bad there. We'll have to see. Yep, we were. Um, but thanks for the heart on that. And so um, we do have a, there is the TPLS faucet. That's the testnet PLS. And so what that does is that does give you some TPLS to play around with. And you can claim it every 24 hours. And one of the things with test nets is it really does allow you to have an easy way to try something out without it costing you anything. And so as you can see, the steps I went through basically were going to the faucet, putting in the request, approving the request, and it added the chain ID automatically to my wallet for me. And as you can see, gives you a countdown timer for when you can request again. So that is the TPLS faucet. And this is actually the RPC right here as well. The faucet adds it. And so we're going to show you what staking looks like. But you can find all of the pulse chain goals and dev docs here. But we're going to show you what the Launchpad testnet looks like. And so being a validator, learn about staking and more stats, the deposits, the clients, and PulseX is where we're going to sort of show you today a little bit just about exchanging and adding liquidity. And so once again, we're adding our MetaMask, approving that. And so then it shows us our balance. Remember that there's two things here that we want to remember, that we can copy our wallet directly from here. We can then view on PulseScan as well, and we can see our account and we can see how many tokens we have within PulseChain, and we can automatically add those into our wallet. And you do that by scrolling down, import token, copying in the, where do we go? Token, contract address, copying that address, and then adding it within import token. And it has to be less than. So we're going to rename that Aave Scam. That is one of those airdrop tokens that sort of just, you get. So it's fun to play with. Since this is a fork testnet, we can go play around with scam tokens and see what kind of funness we can get into with it. So we're going to go through and we're going to add our tokens in real quick that we have. And this is one of those things where with new blockchains, you have to do this still manually within a lot of different wallets. And you can see here we have our PulseX. So this is already added right here. Oh, we didn't add our PulseX yet. Add our custom token, import, and then we can see our Uniswap. and that's going to be an 18th place decimal. And so we can see where we're at. You know, we now have Zen. And this, one of the cool things about this is this gives you the chance to choose what you want to have show up in your wallet. And we want everything to show up because one of the things that I'm going to go through is adding the LP pools to be able to do sort of what you want, and see what you can get going. Um, but once again, these are this ones that are scam, and we do that just so we remember that, so we know exactly what token it is. Um, and one of the things that we're going to see happen is we're going to see a lot of cool things coming across. Oh, actually, we're going to do a zero token decimal on this one. Yep. And we're going to go back, EBYC. One of the really cool things too is not only are all of, oh, so we're going to, oh, we have a lot. Realize what we have going on. Now we're starting to cover some fun things. All right. So these pieces here are NFTs that are being recognized as tokens, and so we're going to keep it that way because we're gonna be jerks. We're gonna go make some crazy LP pools just so you can sort of see what that looks like. Um, but one of the things with Pulse Chain, everyone talks about airdrop. There is no airdrop with Pulse Chain. It is a copy. So whatever you have in your MetaMask Ethereum wallet right now, you're then going to have a copy of it on Pulse Chain. So like that. The idea is that wanting to show that value can be created by community. And the Hex community's put a lot of work into this, and so it's going to be really cool to see not just the outcomes of it, but how it's used. So we're going to just do a few more of these for right now, just so that we can showcase what that might look like. Um, one of the fun things that we got in on a the Donald Trump Yacht Club. That was fun. Uh, so that's enough for now. But what that does is that adds all of those tokens into our wallet, and not just tokens, but you can see where they're ERC 721s, ERC 20s, and so oh, I know what those are. But that gives you an idea of what your token transfer looks like. But you can sort of see here that this was when they pulled this. Um, these transactions. So how farther back they're going, and so how much they're keeping up, and from where that snapshot came from. So as you can see, we have a few things showing in here. We have a few items showing in here that we can also have. So we could also have this token show up. And you know, this is going to, we are going to say that this is, you know, we definitely insufficient liquidity. So what we're going to do is we're going to go provide liquidity for this. So we have 700 of those. So what we're going to do is that 50 equals 2 PLS. Do and so 50. All right. So actually, we're going to be jerks. Yep. And so as you can see, we allow the custom max spending as we are creating a pool here, and then we are providing that transaction. So first we're enabling. And then we are creating the supply. Oh, because it's a scam token, we might not be able to do that. Do 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 do. Yep. So because it's a scam token, we're not able to do that. So we're going to go over instead, and we're going to put in a token that we know is a good token. That we should be able to add in. And we import. And so once again, we are provide that transaction piece. And what it means by us setting the ratio is that the ratio now is that for every one PLS or one HQ coin, you get 2 PLS. And so we're going to add more to that pool in just a second. I just like doing initial pieces, and we're going to wait for that to set. So we have our transaction receipt. So you can see there, that's what that would get us. But we don't have that much. So we're going to only add 4 from here for 2 HQ coins. And that is how, in short, how you get to add liquidity. And for those that are not on the screen with us, we are just going through and adding liquidity on PulseX. And so please join the jumbotron for better piece info. There we go. And so that is what we're going to do. and that allows us to provide a little liquidity to different tokens, and it shows us our liquidity. And what that allows us to do is that we can then trade for those tokens. So we could trade uh, one HQ, but because the PLS balance is so low, we only get 1.4. And so we would have to add more liquidity to give it a good ratio for that slippage to not be in effect. So it's going to be a really fun, it's a fun way to do that. And we just sort of wanted to have a chance to sort of go through that. So that is Pulse real quick as the V3 right now. The farms and pools, you can see that there's the PLS, PLSX, and so what that does is allows you to bridge into that. And so we're going to um, show you how to LP into this. And so you can see this is a PLS, PLSX, PLS. And so we're going to need some PLS and PLS liquidity. And so we're going to go over to liquidity, add PLS and PLSX, and we're going to do 4. Oh, we don't have enough. So that's what we're going to do there. We got 4 left over, so we're going to trade 2 PLS to PLSX. And I thought I was a good Degen, and I brought a good water supply with me down here, but I did not. So that means Red Bull tonight. Cheers to our sponsor, not sponsor, Red Bull, for always having our back. And yeah. So we're going to go back over here now. We're going to add our PLS and PLSX. And as you can see now, we have a better piece onto that. But we are going to reduce this by a little bit just so we can keep enough for gas. We're going to give it a max. Default is what I like to use. Max gives it the maximum about. So that's the safe way of doing it so that it doesn't have access to any more than that. And as we wait for that blockchain confirmation to come through for PLSX, we're going to have to probably authorize PLS as well. And now, oh, we'd already done that. So now we get to supply. And we'll add that LP, that Pulse LP to our MetaMask. And we'll close that and we'll wait for that to confirm. And it will show up here. And now we'll go over to, we can see our farms. No pools, but there are farms. And so we're going to stake our LP. And just so you know what this does is this takes you back to the liquidity page as well. directly to it. So you can sort of see what that does. And you'll see here where it will give you your annual ROI at current rates. And how we've staked that. And so do want to give a shout out to all the devs. Nice and clean interface. We can see here from our pools that we don't have any pools yet. And the difference between live and finished is what's active and what's not. And so ink is being earned. Yeah, so that is PulseX, what we were talking about a little bit today. And one of the things that we always want to make sure that you always want to do is disconnecting both from the site and the wallet. That's sort of a good little housekeeping tool. Revoke.cache is always a good tool too to see what you give access to. So like that 12 access we gave earlier, those revoke cache gets rid of those accesses that you've given to your own tokens. Tomorrow we're going to go over some of the different Pulse chain projects, and so tune in for that. That'll be fun. But as you can see here, this is the Pulse Chain Testnet v3 Explorer, and you can see how it goes through both verified contracts, your pending and your confirmed transactions, forked blocks, uncles and blocks, what tokens and TPLS, and then the apps as well that are building. So testnet beacon, the pulse ramp bridge, sacrifice checker, and the testnet v3 faucet. We'll put the description to this in the link in the description, so you guys can get that later on if you want just to go directly to both pulsechain.com and the Blockchain Explorer. But as always, I like to recommend that you go from either their main Twitter page if you don't already have the website blocked off. So want to thank you on joining us for that. So next up, like I said, we were going to be talking about Polygon, and Polygon Labs, but we have, and actually not just Polygon Labs, but Polygon DeFi. And so this sort of talks about the Polygon's DeFi piece. And so we are really happy with what that looks like. And we really want to showcase that the best that we can. And so one of the best ways to do that, what I like to tell people to do, is via Uniswap. And as you can see, they have their app link directly set up. And so we're going to be adding Polygon on USD DC and ETH, but we're gonna be bridging it over from USDT. And so we're gonna connect our wallet from start to finish so you can see what this looks like. We're gonna connect, and then we're going to switch to Polygon, and we'll see that we have some USDT that we want to switch over. And we're going to put it all into Matic. We can see that Matic right now is $1.10. And we're going to show you what some of the pools look like on Matic as well. And as you can see, Uniswap has a really nice, clean user face, UI, and overall, it's a really clean experience. I also like using SushiSwap because I really like their X Bridge, their X or X Swap, and it's just a good tool all the way around. But I do use both, PancakeSwap, Uniswap, 1inch, Radium, Orca, ArbSwap, Velodrome, Camelot, a bunch of dexes, and then one of my favorites is Stella Swap on Moonbeam. You know, there's people trying to do a dex differently there, and so I got to give a huge shout out to them for doing that. And so as you can see, we're gonna head over to our pool so we can sort of see what kind of pools are available right now. And you can see based on TVL where Matic Weath is one of the largest with a 7-day volume of 10.2 million USDC Weath, and that is wrapped ETH. Matic USDT is next with 4.26 million, 9.5 million in volume. So we're going to look for pools that have Matic with it. And there's the USDT Matic and Matic USDC, Matic Weath. And we're going to go with, as you can see, there's a lot of different options. We're actually going to go with the USDT. We just switched out of USDT, so you can sort of see, we wanted you to be able to see what that looks like from start to finish. And so we're going to close this back, and we're going to go swap our Matic. So we're going to leave 10 Matic. We'll leave 15 Matic alone. So we're going to play with 25 on each side, roughly. And we might have to move that around a little bit as we are the one big difference with V3 pools is that they are not even 50-50 swaps like V2 forks. V2s are, and so what we'll be able to see here is we'll be able to see the big difference with Matic USDC, and so that is the big one there. One of the things as we see this pool, we're going to go back, and as you can see, that shows the token amounts and what's going on. And so this is our watch list. And so we're going to go back. We're going to create a new position, Matic and USDT. We're going to edit our fee tier, 94%. So we're going to go where most of the money's traded. And a lot of people have been doing wide ranges. So we don't think the price of Matic's going to go down, but we're going to leave this as that, and then the max price we're going to put it at 15, just because we think Matic has some room to grow, and we'll see what that does for us. As you can see, it's a highly different piece there. So a lot more Matic is needed than yep. So we're going to go back with 30 Matic. And as you can see, that only needs $2.54 of USDC. And what we're going to do is we're going to go play around with the last of that USDT and do a Matic Weath pool so you can sort of see what that looks like as well. And we're going to do a full range on that one. Just that gives us a little bit more leeway um, and a little bit more room to make a little bit as well. And so we have our USDT, and we have our Matic. So we're going to move that back to Matic. We're going to wait for that to showcase. And then we're going to change this, like I said, into WETH. And we can, the reason why is as we can see back here on our top pools, the top Matic pool is, let's see here. So Matic itself, Matic USDT, USDC. So Matic WETH is what we're going to put into next. So we're going to go see what that looks like and what we need. Oh, we don't need that tab. New position, Matic WETH. We can see that 72% are in the 0.3%. And we're going to switch this up just so people can see what that price is for that bridge. And this is one of those full range pieces as well. You can see where everyone's money is sort of put at. And so for those, we're looking at the setting price range function that sort of gives us our chance to see what kind of tolerance we want to give within that. So as we can see, 0.002 equals roughly $4. We have roughly 25 Matic to play with. So we're going to move 20 over, and it will give us some leftovers, but that is what we're going to do. So we're going to move 20 over. We'll add that. And man, since this is going on some big stuff here, we're gonna go over so now that we have our Matic and our WETH wrapped ETH, we're gonna pair that back up. We're gonna pick our exotic pair, which is 0.3%. We're going to have it set. And as you can see, so now we have a little bit more room here. So we're only going to put 10. And it's going to take half of what we have there. And that will give us 4.66 to play around with for other things and save us gas. go. And we'll deposit that. And one of the cool things about Uniswap v3 is it does give us an NFT of our position. And so once that loads up, you can see that we have 3 pieces that are in position. And as you can just sort of see what position means. Your minimum price and your maximum price of Zen per Matic, and the current price. So sitting in the middle of that sort of usually gets you the best rewards. This is roughly 12 hours, if that, worth of rewards. So we're not going to go collect that, but just wanted to showcase that off. And as you can see here with the Matic, we are sort of right in the middle of max price and min price. So next up, you can see that we have our positions, and that is pretty much the big thing that we wanted to cover. And so we then wanted to showcase, just sort of go over the Utes and what they have going on, and what everyone over there has been doing. And so, we will find where and yep. So if you ever have a question, if you know a different way to get back to the site, so the true site, that's yeah. So one of the big things that they're talking about within DGods is migrating to Polygon tomorrow, directly from their website. And there's talk of huge incentivization of migrating within the first 24 hours, including a bonus from Magic Eden for that. And as you can see, PLS is trending, as we were just talking about it. So this is where you can see what they have going on. Really happy with this, with the play that they're doing and the way they're handling it. They're just having fun with it too. One of the biggest things that there hasn't been any like, fuck you, we're leaving. It's all been looking at the power moves for the community. Not saying bad things about Solana. We love Solana. And we put in a couple pools to have some fun. Maybe we'll go through those a different night. But this is the big thing. So tomorrow, Monday, Utes is migrating to Polygon. And right now the plan is Friday is Friday, the plan is for DGods to move to Ethereum, and we'll talk more about some of the LP pools within ETH. And so, yeah, just a huge shout out though to the entire Dust Labs piece as well, and everything they've been building there. So with that, we're gonna bring tonight to a close. And we just wanted to thank everyone for joining us tonight. It's been a really fun to sort of broadcast with you guys this little walkthrough. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out anytime. And we will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, so we're going to do our little reverse intro, I think. I think that's what we're going to try to do, because let's do it in reverse. So thank you, and we will see you again on the flip side. And this is just a the same thing, but in reverse. Once again, thank you so much for joining us.